One of the popular slogans in the fight against COVID-19 is "Take responsibility." Studies over time have shown that it is not only in the prevention of COVID-19, citizens should take responsibility if we are to get the best from our environment while preserving our natural resources. On Panorama from NTA Port Harcourt Network Center, our focus is on environmental safety, citizens' responsibility. I am Deepa Barry Sidoma Weke. Welcome. President Muhammadu Buhari Saturday welcomed the release of the abducted students of Government Science College, Kagara, Niger State. He, however, warned that the country will not continue to suffer these attacks that threaten the growth of education, the security and the life of future leaders, at the same time putting the nation in negative light. The president reiterated his earlier advice to school owners, particularly the state and local government, as well as religious organizations, to scale up security around their schools in line with the standards laid down by the UN-backed Safe School program of the administration. President Buhari once again condemned the school abductions, with latest one at the government girls' secondary school, Jan Gibe, in Zamfara State, and directed all security and intelligence agencies in the country to hunt down the culprits and bring them to justice. The government and people of Niger State breathed a sigh of relief following the release of 38 persons, including students and others abducted from the Government Science College, Kagara, after 10 days in captivity. Governor Abubakar Sani Bello, who appreciated all those who stood by the state during the trying period, says efforts are on to nip the ugly trend in the bud. Hussaina Musa reports. I am going.
The return of 38 abductees, comprising of 24 students, 6 staff, and 8 non-teaching staff, who regained freedom after 10 days in captivity. It was, however, an emotional sight to behold as parents shed tears of joy and gratitude for the safe return of their loved ones.
Thank the government of Niger State for the effort he made to make this student release safely. For the last few days or 10 days back, I didn't find it very easy in my life.
I was not happy because I'm not even sleeping.
By hearing, and I saw my children with my naked eye.
Our sister and our 5 children. We thank God.
Niger State Governor Abubakar Sani Bello, who confirmed that the returnees are medically fit, but will still be under close examination before being reunited with their families.
And I can confirm that all rescued victims from Kagara Science College are here, 38 in number, even though we have one still in the hospital suffering from excessive exhaustion.
He also speak on the commitment of government at all levels to curtail the menace.
We are putting in place a system to look at the causes of these events. In the next few days, in the course of my conversation with major stakeholders, I hope we will find solution to this bastardly act.
The governor thereafter interacted with the abducted students, staff, and their families. Emina Hussaina Musa, NTA News.
International District 9141 is spearheading the new 7th agenda of the club to combat climate change and environmental degradation. At a virtual conference in Port Harcourt, environmental experts proffer solutions to the emerging environmental challenges facing Nigeria and the world at large. Robinson Derataide has the details.
The program was organized by the Rotary District 9141, covering rivers, Bayelsa, Edo, and Delta states. It is aimed at ensuring that everyone is sensitized to ensure that the environment is preserved for the use of humanity.
In June 2020, the Rotary International Council of Legislation introduced its 7th area of focus to create awareness on climate change and environmental degradation arising from oil pollution, rising sea level, erosion and landslides, as well as disappearance of mangroves. The disposal of plastics and toxic waste into the ocean, resulting to about 8 million metric tons yearly, experts opine does not only endanger marine lives, but have adverse effect on human health.
That having the capacity to undertake projects that enhance the environment will make Rotary more relevant, more attractive to younger Rotarians.
We're witnessing erosion because of rising sea levels. We're also witnessing erosion, landslides. Attention is not drawn to the issues we have of disappearing mangroves. Animals are dying, our fishes are not there, the mangrove forest is not there anymore, people are ill.
Some of these plastics are small, colorful and what have you. Aquatic animals consider them as food and they eat them. Birds of the air perch on the ocean and they eat them. In turn, we eat them. And these things gets into their tissues and us. And then you have high increases of cancer.
Whether it's from generators, the things we burn, all the other things we do, also reduce it, especially vehicles that emit a lot of smoke.
It's fair to say, and it's no secret, Hyprep are struggling. So we've been asked by the President of Nigeria to stay for another 5 years, restructure and strengthen Hyprep and lead this cleanup.
The theme of the conference is getting everybody involved to protect our environment. In Port Harcourt, Robinson Deratede, NTA News.
The environment and health of Nigerians will continue to be endangered by the lack of political will from authorities to address issues of gas and industrial waste pollution. This was the thrust of environmentalists as they condemned the unabated occurrence suit in Rivers State while urging residents to take precautionary measures. Again, Robinson Deratide has the details.
The cloudy weather rising from incomplete combustion of carbon particles resulting to soot in Rivers State has continued to be a source of concern to the people. Artisanal refining, gas flaring, and industrial waste discharge suspected to be responsible for the soot have continued with no clear-cut measures by authority to end it, years after the recommendation of the committee set up in this regard.
Nigeria needs to reduce its carbon emissions and try to see how it reduces its dependency on fossil fuels. That way we can now reduce the impact it has on the climate and also reduce the impact it has on the everyday life that we live.
We must stop the issue of artisanal refining that is responsible for the occurrence of soot, which is an incomplete combustion of carbon products.
The government also have to take proactive steps by stopping the issue of burning. Those task force that are set to stop these illegal refiners shouldn't be burning these products when they meet them at refining site, but they should confiscate them.
With the challenge posed by the viral infection of COVID-19, environmentalists worry about the dusty particles of the soot on physical property, with its attendant effects on human health, particularly the aged and children being more vulnerable. Improper waste disposal method, they say, is a huge concern that must be addressed to ensure a clean and safe environment.
You must plant a tree. Every person should be part of that agricultural revolution of combating the soot. And then we plant more mangrove. A lot of those byproducts that those poor fire people have killed all our mangrove.
While the security agencies are making frantic efforts to address illegal refining in the Niger Delta region, stakeholders contend that the full takeoff of the modular refinery is a key to ending soot in the region. In Port Harcourt, Robinson Deratide, NTA News.
Clean and safe environment contributes significantly to healthy living. With the twin challenge of soot and COVID-19, which residents of Port Harcourt are currently contending with, discussing citizens' action becomes paramount. To bring the necessary intervention is Mr. Ayuba Francis Jacob. He is the Zonal Director, National Environmental Standards Regulation Enforcement Agency, NESRA. You're welcome, sir.
It's my pleasure.
Okay. Let's start. What are the citizens' role in ensuring safe and clean environments? You just watched that report now.
Yeah, thank you very much. The President's Task Force on COVID-19 and all the states on this COVID-19 has been doing a great job the Imperial Task Force, of which my mother ministry, Federal Ministry of Environment, and my agency, NTA, has actually been playing active role. Of recent, we went out on awareness creation to all health facilities on the proper way to dispose their waste. Of course, citizens they need to obey all the protocols for their safety.
Okay. How then can we manage COVID-19 and suits? We are really suffering that in River State.
Yeah, you've had. Let me start with the suit issue. The cause of the suit might not be necessarily illegal refinery. There are other sources, like burning of tires and vehicular emissions, because studies have shown that emission from transportation has always been the major cause of air pollution. But unfortunately, in the Niger Delta oil producing area, we are witnessing this soot, which is could be hazardous to the vulnerable ones, the children and the elderly, as we've had. So that's the reason why we need to proactively protect ourselves against this environmental hazard. And people should not just protect themselves using nose masks.
Okay.
The suit alone. We should protect ourselves against the suit alone. We are talking. Some people are saying there is no COVID-19, but what about the suit we are seeing?
Okay.
We need to protect ourselves against this suit to avoid so many respiratory infections and some other hazards to our health.
Okay. You talked about preventing suits. You said we can prevent COVID-19 and all that. So how do we go about this suit thing?
Yeah,
are there measures, precautionary measures to take?
From the report we just had, sometimes in 2018, sometime precisely October, there was a presidential tax procedure that was set up, of which my ministry and my agency were part of the committee. They were here and deliberated on how proper this suit could be managed.
Okay.
And there are a lot of recommendations that were profiled.
Okay.
And of course, one of the recommendations is building of modular refinery, which I want to appreciate the federal government and the people who are involved, that they've started. And the other recommendation is to carry out awareness and, of course, to go to the source, the point source, of which my agency is not directly involved in that. We have an agency that is involved in that, which is NOSTRA, National OSP Response and Detection Agency. Because my agency don't have mandate exactly to do that. It's only not because it's oil and gas. Ours is on environmental matters. So NOSTRA, as an agency, another sister agency, involved in that.
My next question. Some people are still living in doubt of the existence of COVID-19. So they have refused to adhere to the rule of wearing the face mask. So what do we do about that?
It's just unfortunate, It's just unfortunate that people are saying there is no COVID-19 and seeing number of people, the number of deaths all over the world, and even Nigeria. You see, what we can do is just to enforce the law. Enforce the law. And I'm happy that the federal government has given an order that the law should be enforced. Right. When people are enforced and punished for not doing what they ought to do, then to show deterrence to others. They need to be enforced. Without enforcement, people will not comply. So I strongly recommend enforcement on the wearing of masks and other protocols to be washing of hands and social distances and other protocols.
Okay.
All this should be enforced.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do
by the states, should not be left in the hands of federal government. By the states.
Okay.
Since the federal government has started, let it be replicated all over the states.
So how do we dispose of these face masks? But some people keep wearing them and wearing them.
Yeah, that's a very good question. People, we have two types of masks. We have the disposable type and we have the one you can wear and wash and reuse. But I will talk more on the disposable type. People, you use it 1 or 2 days, depending on how often you use it, and you dispose. But unfortunately, people don't dispose these face masks appropriately. They dispose anyhow, and the primary waste collectors come, collect, and wash, and reuse. And again, not only individuals. When people dispose, where does this face mask go to? End up at dump site. Dump site that is not properly managed. And people go there, scavengers go there, empty-handed, bare hands, without the appropriate personal protective equipment, and pick. Because disposable face mask is regarded as one of the pathogenic material of COVID-19. So they should all be disposed appropriately and managed appropriately.
Okay. Let's talk about the next one, the issue of addressing indiscriminate waste disposal. How can we effectively do this? Because it's everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere. Studies have shown that the greatest environmental issue in developing countries, Nigeria inclusive, is sanitation and waste control. That has always been a problem in this country, improper waste disposal. And of course, you see, especially during rainy season, you see people disposing their waste indiscriminately to drainages, blocking our drainage channels. And some governments have been doing their part, but government still needs to do more. Because during our compliance monitoring and weekly awareness, people said there was nowhere government has not provided receptacle for them. That's why they discharge into drainages. So government can still do more by providing waste bins in strategic places so that people can discharge their waste. And of course, not only discharging their waste, and the waste collector, the registered waste collector, should be up and doing by evacuating this waste as at when due.
Okay. But there is on the median, this waste are supposed to be on the median. And at that point, you see scavengers go. So how do they contribute to affecting the environment? Because these scavengers go there to open up these bags.
Yes, that has always been our observations, because based on the policy of the state, and people come to discharge their waste on the midday, and by evening the scavengers, because they're looking for what to take. Because when you say waste, a waste to you might be a raw material to the scavengers, so they're looking for things that they can gather and sell, right? And in the process of scavenging, they lose all the waste that have been gathered in poly bags and litter the street. But I'm happy that the state government, through their waste managers, by 7, 8 in the evening, they go and evacuate. Okay. By the next morning, you wouldn't see. Yes, you wouldn't see.
Your final word: synergy among concerned authorities. How effective is it?
It's been effective. As you can see, we've been as one of our mandates to collaborate with relevant stakeholders like news media, like NTA. We're doing that, and it's been effective. And other relevant stakeholders in the areas of environment, and it's been helping because we believe next year cannot do the job alone, except in collaboration with other relevant to put them together and to get the job done.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ayubu Francis Jacob, for coming on the program.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you very much.
It's my pleasure.
We'll take a short break now. Panorama continues right after the break. Stay tuned.
For now, the best and most efficient way to avoid getting infected is through regular hygienic and sanitary practices, as well as social distancing. As individuals, we remain the greatest weapon to fight this pandemic. By washing our hands regularly with clean water and soap, disinfecting frequently used surfaces and areas, coughing into a tissue or elbow, and strictly adhering to infection prevention control measures in health facilities, we can contain this virus.
Coronavirus is real. Steps to avoid this pandemic. Wash your hands regularly or sanitize your hands. Keep social and physical distancing. Avoid crowded places. Stay at home unless absolutely necessary. Don't touch your eyes, nose, or mouth if your hands are not clean. Avoid the spread of coronavirus. Coronavirus is real.
It is on COVID-19. On the 27th of February 2021, COVID-19 were recorded in Nigeria. Till date, 155,417 cases have been confirmed, 133,256 cases discharged, and 1,905 deaths have been recorded. The 341 cases are reported from 21 states, and they include Lagos 96, Rivers 41, Kaduna 33, Edo 21, Osun 20, Akwa Ibom and FCT 17, Ondo 15, Gombe and Kano 11, Imo 10, Ekiti and Kebbi 9 cases, Kwara and Oyo 8 cases, Borno 6, Enugu and Plateau 3 cases, while Delta, Niger and Ogun have a case each. Chairman of the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 and Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, has confirmed that the expected 4 million doses of the Oxford AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccines will arrive the country on Tuesday, barring any change in plans. The SFG made this known in a video message released to the media late Saturday night.
I assure you that the vaccines are coming, and they are coming very quickly, barring any change in the delivery plan that has been released to us by UNICEF. Our vaccines are supposed to, like I said, bearing any change, because the logistical arrangements and other things are in the hands of the UNICEF. We believe that our vaccines should depart India on the 1st of March 2021 at 10:30 p.m. in the night and arrive Abuja on the 2nd of March 2021 at about 11:10 a.m. in the morning. So we are making preparations for that. But the truth about it is that as we receive the vaccines, this one is coming from the covered facility. About 4 million doses of vaccines are coming from the covered facility on this one trip. We're supposed to have about 60 million in the first quarter from the COVAX facility. And expecting by the time they supply all the range, we are expecting that they will supply about 84 million doses from the COVAX facility, which is free of charge and is supposed to cover about 20% of the Nigerian population. We also have another source of vaccines coming in from the AVAT facility, which is the African Vaccine Action Team. We are expecting about 41 million of that, a combination of AstraZeneca and Johnson & Johnson.
To extricate criminals from their various hideouts in line with citizens' rights and rule of law, the Cross River State Police Command is replicating the Operation Puff Adder 2, recently flagged off by the Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu. Correspondent Achibon Basi reports that the Commissioner of Police, Siriki Kande, who stated this while parading some suspects, says surmounting the daunting security challenges across the state may not be achieved without the cooperation of government and members of the public.
The Commissioner of Police, while commending the initiative of the Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, says to return Cross River State to its tourism hub status of the Federation, the command has adopted new security strategies with the introduction of electronic devices such as drones and protective intelligence-led policing, taking cognizance of the geographical location of the state.
Yes, the task has been very, very difficult because we are like a farmer who is using his hand to till the ground.
Highlighting achievements of the command in the past 1 month, the Commissioner says 13 suspects have been arrested with 57 rounds of 7.6 mm live ammunition, 25 feet armored cables, 8 parcels of wheat suspected to be Indian hemp, 1 locally made double-barrel pistol, 3 locally made pistols with live cartridges. The Commissioner for the state that the command will not tolerate any unwholesome behavior from anyone who may want to jeopardize the peace of the state. In Calabar, Achibon Basi, NTA News.
Nigeria's junior boys and girls volleyball tennis moved to Abuja in preparation towards Continental Championship. Olumide Oguntola has the details and more on sports.
Having spent 4 weeks in camp in Kaduna, the Nigeria's representatives in the forthcoming CAVB under-18 girls and under-19 boys African